Hey everyone, today we're going to be going over the E30, E36, and E46 front subframes that we offer for these chassis. In front of us, we just have the E36, but the E30 and E46 are super similar, and you can use the same practices that we're going over today and apply them to those products. Today we're going to be going over what's included, the construction of the subframe itself, our QC process, base settings, and some color options that you have. So what's included is going to be the subframe itself, as well as a hardware pack. And the construction of the subframe is steel along with tubular designed in the middle, making this extremely strong and very lightweight. This reduces any requirements of having to run reinforcement plates. It's a brand new crossmember. You don't need to send us a core or anything like that. Simply purchase and install. So next we're going to go over our QC process. Our QC process for the crossmember is relatively straightforward. We have a packing list accuracy, which is going to be making sure that all the hardware pack and the crossmember, whatever the colors customer selected, is accurate. We're going to go over the hardware sheets, making sure that the hardware sheet itself has all the bolts, washers, nuts, make sure there's nothing missing on that before we ship this out. Next, we're going to go over cosmetic threshold. We want to make sure this doesn't have any major scratches, dings, or dents in the powder coat. Now, I don't know if you can see this in the video, but this is actually pretty dinged up and dented. It's been on the car for a few seasons. We just took it off to make this video for you guys. But overall, you wouldn't receive anything like this. It'd be like a brand new subframe. Next is gonna be the hole tolerances. We wanna make sure all the holes themselves are per our specifications. We have a key ring here, and we just wanna make sure that the powder coat is not too thick in any areas, that the holes themselves will make sure that we have enough clearance. We have the holes laser cut to be a snug fit. You might have to finesse a bolt through it, but you shouldn't have to significantly grind out a hole or anything like that. The final step of the QC process is going to make sure that this is going to fit onto the chassis itself. Now, we 3D scanned a couple of the cars to make sure we have a good, accurate measurements, as well as looked at the repair manuals. And in doing so, we had these laser cut fixtures made up, and we simply slide over this. I'm not going to slide it too much. I don't want to scratch the powder coat more than it already is, but we simply install it on top of the subframe, so then we know that the hole-to-hole location is accurate, and it'll fit onto your car, assuming that your car hasn't been significantly damaged or been in a wreck or had any extensive repairs done. Next, we're going to go over base settings. Really only settings that you have on the subframe is going to be your rack relocation. Now, the middle is the factory rack, and you have options to go closer and a little bit further. For drift scenarios, sometimes guys like to run the rack a little bit closer, be able to get a little bit more angle, sometimes reduce a little bit of binding, and then we do have options to go a little bit further out. That's really about it. We do have some variants to raise and lower the rack past factory, about 1/8 of an inch. This is just to help reduce a little bit of bump steer. We do have tie rods that allow for bump steer adjustment, more finite accuracy, but at the subframe level, you do have a little bit of adjustability to do so as well. And finally, we're gonna go over color options. Now, this customer picked this metallic red. It's a really beautiful color. He wanted all of his suspension powder coated that color. Now, we do offer a variety of different colors. If you wanna take a look at that video on what other colors we offer, take a look at the video up here. And for an install video, take a look at the video down here. If you have any questions, give us a call or shoot us an email. Thanks again.